Alright, this week I'm going to talk about using a router table and setting up. Alright, here's my cards. First thing I'm going to talk about is safety. Alright, with that, we're going to start by making sure it's unplugged. Don't accidentally turn it on while our hands are in the way. And we're going to hit the trigger, make sure that the equipment's depowered. Right, de-energized. We're going to check the table, make sure it's not bent, cracked, dinged, anything like that, anything that's going to hinder us when we're running the wood through there. Check the fence for any cracks, any bangs, any chips out of it. Check the guard for the blade, make sure that's operating correctly. Or check the cutter to make sure there's no chips, no cracks in the cutter. And we're going to make sure that the bearing spins free. Okay. If the cutter's not in, makes it a little bit easier. You can get it right out there, right in front of you. You can check it, really get used to it, really get in there, and make sure that everything's good with it. Right? After you've checked your machinery, it's time for you. I'm wearing an apron. Keep some of the dust and chips off of me. And then we've got our iPro. Make sure everything's on there. Your nose cups over your ears. Make sure you can see out of them. Just wipe them off real quick. Alright. Alright. Now that the safety's done, we know everything's operational, everything's going to work. We're going to go ahead and we're going to set it up. Alright. To do that, my piece of scrap wood. First, we're going to make sure that the fencing is where it needs to be. Alright, to do that, we're going to go ahead and push the guard out of the way. And we're going to set the wood up against the bearing. It should be against the bearing. It should hit the fence on either side. Alright. Next, we're going to make sure of our depth. Do that, we're going to rotate the cutter. We're going to slide the wood in right to where it needs to be. And we're just going to check the depth. We're going to look at where it's going to cut it and how it should come out. In this case, I set everything up last night when I was running it, making sure that all my machinery actually worked before I had to go buy something new. Alright, in this case, everything's set. Alright, so we're going to run this piece of scrap to make sure that everything is how we want it. Alright, when we're running it, router tables all will be marked either on the table, on the fence. It'll tell you which direction you're going to feed from. It's very important. You don't want to hit it from the other way because of the way the cutters rotate in here. Spin this way. If you feed it the opposite way, it's going to catch the wood and it's going to throw it. And somebody's going to get hurt. Alright? Alright, so in this case, we ended up with a nice cut. And the depth on both sides is very balanced. It's exactly how we want it. Alright. So from here, once we've got our trial, we know everything's operational. It's exactly how we want to run our actual product. In this case, it's going to be baseboard molding. Alright. This is one section for one wall that we're installing inside. Right. I've gone ahead, I've already trimmed it to length. So, this is our finished product coming off of the router table. Right. At this point, what we normally do is we would get some sandpaper around a 220 grit. And we'd go through and we would just hit it, make sure everything's nice and smooth all the way around through. Alright, I'm going to save you all that boring stuff due to time. Like I said, normally, let's go ahead and sand it, or go ahead and stain it or paint it, depending on your application. Put a clear coat on it, and then go ahead and install it. Alright, so this week we covered setting it up, safety procedures, and all the way down through finished product. Alright, next week I'll be doing window casings if anybody wants to come up and help. So, thank you much.